Good morning, welcome to today's video. I'm somewhere different today. I'm in the forest, I'm in the woods. I'm at Sherwood Pines Trail Centre in the Midlands. If you're from this area, you probably know it well. You've heard of it probably. It's a squirrel. So today I'm going to take you around the family cycle trail, the green trail. It's not exactly taxing, it's not hard, but it's quite nice. So the green route is the easiest. It's quite flat here, relatively flat, it's quite wide. It's called the family trail for obvious reasons. It's pretty good for families. So if you don't know, Sherwood Pines is in part of Sherwood Forest, just near Ollerton in Nottinghamshire. And it's a pretty big area of trails. I've been coming here for the best part of 20 years really, and it's always really well kept, and over the years the number of visitors just seem to increase all the time, despite it getting more expensive. Back in the day we used to pay £1, go around the red route, which you could do in under an hour, pay another £1, have another group go around the red route, or maybe a cruise around another part and leave. Now, if you're staying over 2 hours, it's £8. But actually for what you get and how it's kept, you don't mind paying. So if you're new to this kind of trail centre, the routes have got numbered post markers. So just coming up to one here, second's here, route number 9. I'm going to hang a left. So if you stick to the signed routes, it's quite hard to get lost. Not impossible, but it is quite hard. But as I say, for a family, it's a great way to come with kids in tow or whatever, or just as a group. If you're not serious cyclists, you can ride along in safety on some quite nice tracks, not get lost, be out in the open air. And there's a nice cafe at the end. Can't argue with that, can you? The whole area is crisscrossed with official tracks and official walking routes for several of each. And there's also the off-piste sections that aren't official routes, but there are just so many different tracks. You can easily link up various parts of the official routes with a huge amount of off-piste trails. I have been a couple of times with a kind of local guide for coaching, mountain bike coaching, and he's took me off onto some of the unusual tracks, and yeah, you could easily get lost. You know where you are, then all of a sudden you pop out onto a track that is quite familiar. So whilst it's easy to get lost, because obviously all the trees look the same, it's quite easy to find yourself again, because without doubt, you know, at some point you're going to come back out onto one of the numbered trails and easily find your way back to base, back to the visitor centre. So here you can see we've got there number 5 for the red route. So the red route is actually the most difficult route here, also called the Kitchener Trail. I don't know exactly what the connection is, but it's all the names of the various sections that are to do with the First World War. That might be the subject of another video, the Red Trail. That is, you really need a mountain bike to do that properly. It's definitely mountain bike territory. You can do it on a gravel bike, but it's not ideal. But the blue trail, which is in the middle, that's kind of a moderate trail. That's really nice on a gravel bike or cyclocross bike. There's nothing too taxing, there's nothing too technical, and you can actually get up a bit of a lick of pace if the place is quiet. Can get busy on a weekend though. I mean, today I'm in the middle of a week, got a day off. Middle of the week, still quite early, it's not 9 o'clock yet. So not too many people about. Well, there's about 3 cars in the car park. So that was a small downhill section of green route. Not a downhill as in mountain bike, pure downhill, but just gently sloping down. And you can get a bit of a fair lick on down there. You can do 25 mile an hour down there. Just got to be careful. There aren't kids running around. Dotted around, there's various places like that where you've got benches and covers for picnics. So if you do come to this kind of place with the family, you know, bring a picnic, bring a rucksack, plenty of places to stop and just enjoy the forest. If you're not familiar with this kind of trail centre, I definitely recommend them. One of the other plus points, because there's so much track to go at, you can crisscross and crisscross all day, and you're never far from your car, never far from the visitor centre, civilization, coffee and cake. So there's nothing to stop you going round and round, crisscrossing. Carry on if you want, stop when you want. If you get tired, you haven't got to find your way 25 miles back. It's a good way to spend a day. So the green route is also the shortest route. It's only about 3 miles long. So just starting a little bit of a climb now, back up again, slight rise towards the end of it. And we're going to end up back at the cafe, back at the visitor centre. So you could do this 2, 3, 4 times. And I say, if you're here with a family or with the kids, it's not too tiring. You can do 3 miles. When they're ready, do another lap, or when they're ready, you can stop. Ply them with coffee and cake, soft drinks and cake, and you're back on the go again. So as you can see, towards the end of the trail, but they're nice and wide. So even on the weekend when it is quite busy, and it can be, people can still spread out quite well. The green is wide pretty much all the way around. We've also just gone past there the end of a 5k running route. So you've got walking routes, running routes, cycling routes. It's got everything really. So just by the car park, we've actually got Sherwood Pines cycles as well. You can hire bikes there, you can buy bike stuff, you can buy complete bikes. If you do happen to break anything on your bike, there's a fair chance they might well be able to get you out of trouble. So all the essentials are going to be in there. And you can hire bikes. If you bring somebody that isn't a regular cyclist, you can hire a bike here for them for a couple of hours or for the day. So that's pretty useful too. So over here you've got the actual visitor centre, toilet block. And just over there in the distance is the cafe. Not open yet, it's still quite early. We've got outside seating, there's plenty of benches. This marquee has been added recently so that you've got some outside undercover benches. Obviously the coffee shop's been closed recently to use internally. So, and you also got down here, you can see children's playground, which is quite extensive, there's quite a bit of it. And then if you're feeling a bit more adventurous, up here they go ape. So up in the trees there, you got the tracks that go around, various obstacles. Go up there, scare yourself. So that was a quick guide to the green family route, Sherwood Pines. Only 3 miles, but never a bad thing to be out on your bike in the forest amongst the trees. So I would definitely recommend a visit. I'll drop a link below to Sherwood Pines website so you can see where it is, how to get there. And yeah, if you've not been to Sherwood Pines or similar trail centre, give them a go. There's certainly far worse ways to spend your day. So I'll see you again in a few days' time. Thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell icon. See you again in a few days' time. Bye for now.